We have come to the end of the National Urban Conclave Bodhi 2022. I am delighted to say that all the sessions we had have been very effective, interesting, informative with respect to the contents delivered and with respect to the participation of the delegates. We hope that the inclusive session of Bodhi 2022 would make the initiation of a paradigm shift in the urban planning, urban development practice, thoughts and perception. On this note, we will start our valedictory function and the proceedings of the valedictory function will be initiated shortly. I request Srimati M.M. Shiba, Senior Town Planner, Greater Cochin Development Authority, to please deliver the welcome address.
Good evening all. I feel very privileged to be standing here to deliver the welcome address for this valedictory section. This two-day National Urban Conclave program, Bodhi 2022, is one of its kind in the state of Kerala. The eminent personalities, speakers who graced our occasion have given us insight into various tools, innovative mechanism that I am sure we will be able to adopt all these tools and mechanisms in the development process of Kochi, so that they help in the transformation of the state as a whole as well. With this occasion, let me come to my duty of welcoming the guests for today's valedictory function. I welcome Shri A.N. Shamseer, Honorable Speaker of Kerala Legislative Assembly, to the function. With great pleasure, I welcome Shri Advocate Anil Kumar, our Honorable Mayor of Kochi Corporation. I welcome Shri K. Chandran Pillai, GCDA Chairman, to this function. We have with us Srimati J.B. Mehtar, Honorable MP. I welcome her to this function with great pleasure. I welcome Shri M.O. John, Chairman of Aluva Municipality, to this function. I welcome Shri Zakir Hussain sir, sorry, very familiar Zakir Hussain sir, Perumbavoor Municipality Chairman, to this function with great pleasure. I welcome Shri Keshav Verma sir, Chairman of High Level Committee of Human Resource for Urban Planning. I also welcome Shri Shaji, Superintendent Engineer of GCDA, to this function.
Thank you, Madam. I request our Honorable Chairman of Greater Cochin Development Authority, Sri K. Chandran Pillai sir, to deliver the presidential address.
I respected all dignitaries in the dais, especially our Speaker, Mr. Shamseer. Now, after 2 days hectic deliberations on focused urbanization experiences and the emerging challenges and the opportunities also along with, I'm with a sense of satisfaction again, I'm saying, while conceptualizing the idea of this kind of a conclave, we are actually learned a lot through these 2 days exercises, which will definitely empower and enrich our understanding on the question of upcoming urbanization tasks. I'm not taking time much on the matter. Expert people are there, and newly elected dynamic young leader Shamseer is with us to speak to us regarding his observations and his ideas on urbanization. He was a proven parliamentarian even in this young age from our Malabar area heritage town of Talasheri. So it is the time for them now. If at all anything is to be referred, that I can do before that vote of thanks to such a time, I am reserving something to summarize later, depending on the time factors, permissibility, and with again a high level of gratitude. I conclude my presidential references here and giving way to the speakers, those who are, especially Keshav Verma ji. He was part of this exercise throughout. As an associate, he involved organically. And I'm very excited in his level of energy in involving every nook and corner because of his long-term World Bank association and leadership. He was listening to everybody. And listening as a process is the basic question of being a social being, to take others' aspirations as well as feelings. So he is a master of that. He may say something for our future. I am expecting that also. Mayor is the pivotal man in this affair because we are in Cochin city. The elected empowered body Kochi is doing wonders now with the collective leadership of the political team, or as an umbrella type of a unity through with all mobilized resources and collective will and vigor of the team as such. So those, I think our MP is a new face in this kind of a gathering after being in the Rajya Sabha first time. First time. She is from this area only, not a Mehta Sahib in the Mala. So naturally, that is a kind of, we are very happy to get them all on the boat. Jonathan, everybody are there, the Sakir Hussain. So they will say their thinking, their ideas for we, and we are all expecting it. With that, I am concluding. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I respected our honorable speaker, Sri A.N. Shamseer, sir, to kindly address the gathering and inaugurate the function. Thank you, sir.
Mr. President, KCP, Honorable Mayor, Advocate M. Anil Kumar, J.B. Mehtar, Keshavendra Singh, dignitaries sitting on and off the dais, my dear friends. First of all, I express my sincere gratitude to GCDA and KCP for inviting me for this concluding session. The name itself has got its own importance, Bodhi. While recollecting the name of Bodhi, we recollect Siddhartha, Buddhan, enlightenment. So my role has been finished because last 2 days all are sitting here and all are enlightened. So I had a little bit role to speak in this crowd. The topic is regarding urban development. The subcaption given by you, different thoughts, modern techniques for urban development. So already many of the dignitaries has already shared their ideas, had seen some names through your tabloid. Honorable CM has already spoken. Your minister from this district, Mr. P. Rajiv, already spoke, and also our LSGD minister, Mr. M. B. Rajesh, has already spoke. So, I belong to a heritage city. I was from Talisheri. Talisheri has a lot of constraints to development because it is a heritage town. On the one side, there is fort. The constraint that we are facing while we are starting a construction, at the same time, archaeology will send a letter to stop the construction. On the other side, there is a sea. While we are starting construction, the CR said will send notice to stop the construction. On the other side, there is rain. You can't construct. And the other side, there is river. So there is a serious discussion should take place here. How to develop a city with these constraints. I think this has been addressed by this session yesterday and today itself. My town is facing a lot of challenges regarding the urban development. We had no proper drainages. While the flood, at the time of rainy season, the town will be flooded. So, regarding my town and the Kochi has a lot of similarities. We both belong to heritage town. The Fort Kochi is a heritage place like Talisheri. GCD has taken a good initiative regarding the development of Kochi. That you may know, Kochi is facing a lot of challenges. That may share by Mr. Chairman, Honorable Mayor, he can express his views. And already I think he has shared his views yesterday itself. So what is the situation now we are facing? On the one side, we had no proper drinking water. That was a challenge faced by city, as like a Kochi. We had no proper drinking water. On the other side, there is canal. Canal is going through the town that you may know about Girinagar and Panamballi Nagar. Through that way, one canal is going. So such situation should be addressed by GCDA. GCD has a role to develop this Kochi corporation, how to develop this Kochi corporation. I think KCP is a former Rajya Sabha member and is a well-renowned politician and also a trade union worker. He has got his own ideas and views. So he may take this initiative to develop Kochi along with the mayor. For the development, without exclusion, we had to include everybody, then only the town will develop. For the development process, apart from politics, apart from caste, creed, we had to get together all of the communities, then only development will take place. So Kochi had to develop. For that thing itself, we had to take serious actions from the people's elected representatives. That means one side is a Cochin corporation, another side we had MLAs, MPs, and also ministers. We had to stand shoulder to shoulder for the development, then only development will happen. On the one side, we backstab, development will not take place. Kochi has a lot of constraints. I had already mentioned, while the rain comes, the town will be entirely flooded. That was a scenario that we are seeing for the last 2 decades. It is to be addressed very seriously. I am remembering in the news media, you know, the Kerala has faced 2 floods in 2018 and 2019. That flood has badly affected Kochi, the entire state itself. But as far as the Kochi is concerned, if the little bit rain comes, the town will be flooded. So I think I had seen some names here, some architects, some important personalities in these discussions. They had already deliberated the deliberations. They had already given their clear-cut idea regarding how to develop this Kochi. So my point of view, the major crisis that Kochi is facing is regarding the flooding of the water. So that is to be addressed. How to sort out this issue? So we need a proper drainage. On the one side, you know, Kochi is standing besides the sea. So there is some constraint. So we all know science and technology is developing day by day. So in this case, how to sort out this issue is to be addressed very seriously along with the Cochin Corporation. GCDA can take good initiative regarding this issue. Second thing is regarding the proper drinking water. The people, the human beings need water. So that purpose, we had to supply proper drinking water to the whole citizens in Kochi. I remember, I am recollecting the intervention of Assembly Committee. Assembly Committee, there are various Assembly Committees in Kerala. Those Assembly Committees are functioning very properly here. I am recollecting through the news that I had read through the newspaper and channels, that was intervention of KB Ganesh Kumar, the chairman of Petitions Committee. He intervened and he had issued that the people of Kochi should get proper good drinking water. So he had taken another initiative. At that time the corona comes, we stopped. So I can assure one thing also. So getting proper drinking water, how to intervene? Assembly Committee has a lot of role. They can intervene then in their own manner. So this is to be addressed, how to give proper drinking water to the people. So regarding the urban development, seriously we had to take some initiative regarding that also. The third thing is regarding the, this is a Cochin Corporation. On the one side is garbage is dumping. We all are well dressed. We are using perfumes. The people will realize that the person is coming by the perfumes itself. But what is happening in the other side? We are putting garbage in the roadside. So the mindset of the people should be changed. As far as not as Kochi is concerned, the entire state, the people of Kerala should realize one thing. The issues should be addressed. The serious thing that is to be addressed, putting garbage in the open place. That is a serious challenge that we, the whole Kerala, are facing. We have to realize the garbages should be treated properly. Garbage should be treated at the place where is the epicenter of the garbage. That is to be treated in such manner. So the thing that we are facing is the dumping of garbage in the public place. It should be properly banned, and also proper legal action and penalization should need regarding the control of garbage. The third thing, the whole Kerala is facing, the whole media is criticizing the government and also the local body regarding the dogs. Why the dogs are biting? We are putting garbages in the street. Dogs are eating flesh. They are getting much of meats. If they didn't get meat, they will start biting people. So on the one side, that is a serious issue that is to be addressed. So the government is taking the issue very seriously. I can say, while the last assembly session, from the opposition, they had bring one adjournment motion to address this issue. The government itself has cleared the stand. The government is seriously intervening in this, regarding the stray dogs. So these are some of the issues that the urban Kerala people facing. That is, I think yesterday and today, there was serious discussion, serious deliberations, and serious thoughts has taken place here itself. I am not continuing my speech. Once again, I am requesting to the people of the GCDA, there needs some serious master plan regarding the urban development. Not only regarding Kochi, the entire Kerala, there are a lot of municipalities. On the other side, there needs the mindset of the executive should be changed. Look, if we put forward a file before the municipality or corporation, what they will tell? They will put unnecessary query. You bring this paper. While the laymen bring that paper, they will sell, you bring that paper. So unnecessarily putting queries, unnecessarily creating problems to the mass, general public, that was the problem that we facing regarding the LSGD. Not only urban, regarding the whole LSGD, I can say there are such issues without giving permit, without giving number, denying permission to the construction. Such and such things are happening here. So from the executive side, they need a serious introspection from their side. They are working for the people, not for themselves. The people, the laymen, they don't know what are the problems they are facing. If they want to build a house in a 5 cent land, you will put quarries. So such putting quarries is not a proper way. You can ask them. On the one side, you have to permit the people for their small houses and such buildings. But as far as municipality and corporations are concerned, the entire Kerala, they are always giving complaint to the elected representatives that from the municipality and corporations, they are putting some quarries and creating unnecessary problems and dragging the projects. So dragging the projects on the one side, look, many of the builders or many of the investors will come here. They are ready to start investment here. But what they are facing? They are facing from the problem regarding the municipalities and corporations. I am not blaming everybody, but some of them are deliberately creating problems to the development. That issue has to be seriously addressed. Deliberately creating problems, they are not giving permissions, they are putting quarries. Look, the investors will go back. That is the problem that we are now facing. So regarding the urban development, we here 2 days, we assembled here, we have made serious discussions, serious deliberations, and we are attaining to a conclusion how to develop and how to make an urban design here. So, first of all, before I conclude, I congratulate Team KCP and Team GCDA for conducting this conclave. I think there was a serious output has been come in this session itself. I am not extending my speech again because there are a lot of people to speak in this occasion, and also my role is the concluding session. The whole concluding session, the people will be very less. The people who is sitting, you all are due to commitment. You can't go because only after the session you can go. But at the time of inauguration session, this may be crowded. For the conclusion session, there will be a little bit people. My strong feeling is the people who are sitting here is all our organizers. The common people has gone back. So when I conclude my speech, within this time span, you will facilitate me, and also you will tell that speaker is a good man because he conclude his speech by taking little bit time. So I'm not I'm not continuing my speech. So I think there was a serious output has come regarding this development of urban development, reinventing urban development through emerging tools and techniques. Technology is developing day by day, and different thoughts has come out from yesterday and today itself. So from this conclave, after this conclave, you may make some papers or some documentation from your side. That document should be present before the government, and you have to point out what all the issues that the urban community is facing. I'm not going to the inner issues. I can say there are a lot of issues facing by the urban community. So in this conclave, you had realized what are the facts, what are the realities that the urban people are facing. So you can present a paper before the government. These are the issues, 1, 2, 3. This is to be sorted out from the government. Some issues to be sorted out only through the help of government. So with the government, with the local body, we all together, let us go ahead with the development of urban Kerala. So once again, I appreciate KCP and the team GCDA for conducting this conclave. Before making this conclave a big success, I had seen the news through the social media, through this your paper. So I hope there will be a serious outcome in this conclave, and also the person who came here for this session is Keshav Verma IAS. He's one of the senior IAS official who has been spent his time for the development of the entire Indian urban society. So I extend my sincere gratitude to Keshav Verma IAS for coming here as a part, coming here for attending this session and giving your valuable suggestions to the development of Kerala. I extend my sincere gratitude to Mr. Keshav Verma on part of Kerala Legislative Assembly. So once again, I appreciate KCP and the team GCDA, and let us conclude my speech. I inaugurate the Veledictory session with your consent.
Thank you, sir. To sum up, to deliver the sum up of the conclave and to sum up the ideas and way forward from the conclave, I invite Sri Keshav Verma IAS retired, the Chairman, High Level Committee on Urban Planning, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Government of India, to please deliver and sum up the ideas and way forward of the conclave, Bodhi 2022.
Honorable Speaker, Chairman of GCDA, Honorable Mayor, all the dignitaries who are present here today, on the dais, colleagues. I was just thinking I'm talking too much for the last 2 days. People must be getting a bit sick of it. But anyway, it's a long journey from Delhi to Cochin. I thought whatever one knows, one could share. Mr. Speaker, you have raised issues which I am tempted to touch. But I'll take it through a different angle, if you permit. I am of the view, and after having worked on China for almost 22 years and on various international coastal cities, that the economic geography of Cochin reveals the potential of a global city region as a gateway city. Cochin has always been a gateway city. It has brought in a lot of people, and a lot of people are going out through historically and even today. So the issue is, for me, to think how this city can be given a vision, can be positioned, and can be given a brand image of an emerging global city region, for which it's important that institutions align themselves, that the vision is not fragmented, even in spite of the fact that you have very, very empowered local government. There is a need for a metropolitan consideration in this to create convergence. So one issue for me is, and I had shared my experience of Shenzhen, of Shanghai, of Tianjin, and of various cities of New York and London, on the board of which I have myself been there. There has been a very, very well articulated political will around creating a region into a global city region, because that's a defined position in the urban development. It's characterized by some attributes. Now you have all the attributes which are available here. What is important is to think two things. And having worked abroad, having worked here, I think there is a need for transformational change. At the time when incremental change was fashionable, that was fine, but transformational change is required. And the capacity to think big and not hesitate to think big. Go for it. Now the Honorable Speaker raised the issue of the climate vulnerability of Cochin. It's a huge issue. I mean, my daughter is also an urban planner from London, and the brief she wrote to me was scary. You got canals, 84 canals that need to be desilted, cleaned up. You have a city which is going through subsidence. And so, you can't take an incremental view on this. You can't keep saying, okay, every year we are going to do 10 canals and we'll do this. We are not creating dikes, but for the next 10 years we won't be able to solve this problem. So the issue is, how do we really approach this issue and other issues in an extremely transformational basis, and for that, what is required are resources. I have been municipal commissioner of 3 cities before, and I was a municipal commissioner of the bankrupt city of Ahmedabad in '94 when we were hit by plague. It was bankrupt, officially bankrupt. The municipal body was superseded, and it was under contempt of the High Court. That's a different thing. One day I'll share it with you. But we professionalized the city by bringing 94, 97, 250 high quality professionals and change the cadre rules to develop a system of professional urban management. City has sustained itself. We did the first municipal bond in Asia in 97 without any sovereign guarantee. And today, Ahmedabad has 1,000 technical people and has a budget of more than 12,000 crores. It is a feature of professional urban management which we are lacking in our country. Kerala is very different because Kerala has quality professionals which are definitely better than most states I have visited. I work in UP, I work in Bihar, I work in Jammu and Kashmir, I work all over the place. And I find the quality of professionals in Kerala is truly amazing. But this entire issue needs to be reinvented, rethought through how the vision will come in and what are we going to do about these things. Resources can be developed. Mr. Mayor, I was just thinking whether I should float this idea. You have standard affairs in Kerala. On the Sabarmati riverfront, where I am the chairman, our FARs start from 2.5, go to 2.8, go to 3.5, go to 4, go to 4.5, and in these CBD areas where we want to push hard, they are 5.4. You create a redevelopment, you create a catalyst for redevelopment, charge impact fees and take resources out of triggering a redevelopment process in a city. Can be done here. It will also stop sprawl if you increase the FARs in this. Second issue is, I think this region can raise debt. If Lucknow can raise a municipal bond of 200 crore and Ghaziabad can, and now Varanasi is going to do it for 100 crore and Prayagraj is going to do, Cochin can do a very major debt instrument and not only confined to domestic but an international debt instrument. It can be done. I have done several bonds and I can definitely work with you. And what I'm talking about is not something I'm just talking theory. What I'm talking, we will back it up by whatever professional ability we have. Because I don't like to go to such meetings without ensuring that there are clear-cut outcomes from it. I'm glad how the speaker who was growing up when my friends were growing up, like Amitabh Kant and Dual and others, and from the Tellicherry district. I come from Lucknow, sir. It is also a heritage city. And it's a beautiful heritage city if you have come and seen it. And it has great food. So definitely, lot can be done, sir. We are bringing in Lucknow, the horse-drawn carriage back. You know, this whole issue of cars overtaking cities is not real. I mean, we got to think differently. We are actually making roads only for car dwellers. We've forgotten pedestrians. We have forgotten non-motorized transport. In Jammu and Kashmir, sir, we are bringing the horse-drawn carriage again in Srinagar, creating 64 kilometers of cycle track. Got to think very differently about these things. But one issue, I mean, I don't want to go too deep into it because there is time when we will go it. One aspect of China which I experienced, which I want to share with you. In 97, they started the whole issue of urban transformation and declared that good urban planning is good economics. Urban planning is a pillar of economic development. This was their policy. And there are two targets: blue skies, blue waters. Okay? In front of my eyes, drains were turned in 2 to 3 years into drinking water status. And people who used to run away and their drains used to stink, I used to see them swimming in the same canals. That was one. And an obsession for cleanliness. I was in China recently in 2018, just before COVID. And the mayor, sir, their mayors are equivalent to mayor of Beijing is the deputy prime minister. And the mayors are actually mayors for both rural areas as well as urban areas. They combine in themselves all the authorities that we may think about. So mayor of Shanghai, she has been a mayor of Shanghai. For the last 20 years, all mayors have come from Shanghai mayor straight up to president or prime minister. So they, yes, one day, sir. So this is an amazing thing. So the other issues, sir, I met the mayor, honorable mayor, and he said, you know, you've been working on with us and all that, but I want to tell you something. I said, yeah, sir. He said, you know, you go for a morning walk. They know I go for a morning walk. They keep a tab on all of us. So you go for a morning walk. Show me one stub of cigarette on the footpaths of Beijing. I mean, unbelievable. They had 24 hours battery rickshaws where these two guys were sitting, and they were cleaning up. It is an obsession. Cleanliness is an obsession. So, one thing I'd really like to convey that for the leap towards the global city, water quality and cleanliness has to be an obsession. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I request our respected Member of Parliament, Srimati J.P. Mehta, to address the gathering. Our respected District Collector, Dr. Renuraj IAS, has arrived lately. So I welcome Dr. Renuraj IAS to the function. Thank you, Madam, for being here.
The very distinguished Chairman of GCDA, Sri K. Chandran Pilla, the Honorable Speaker of Kerala Legislative Assembly, the young and vibrant Sri A.N. Shamseer, Honorable and the most respected Mayor of Cochin, Sri Anil Kumar, Aluva Municipal Chairman, Sri M.O. John, and Perumbavoor Municipal Chairman, Sri Sakir Hussain, and our dear Collector, Srimati Renuraj, the other distinguished members, and all those who are present here, a warm good evening to all of you. As being born and lived, and as a proud Kochiite, I am indeed delighted to be part of this Bodhi National Urban Conclave Valedictory function. Because we all, at the end of the day, that emotional bonding with the place where you are born, where you live, is more than any other place in the world, I would say. So, first of all, I wish to extend my sincere gratitude to the Chairman of GCDA, who has been very kind enough to invite me to this gathering. And also, the 2 days of urban planning, I'm sure that there's been a lot of deliberations, a lot of discussions on urban planning and the latest technology and the spatial tools and the GIS and the whatsoever. But I have to say that if those who are not from Cochin, you should know the role of GCDA, which they have played when urban planning was never so fashionable or not much talked about as it is now. So being a Cochinite, I mean, those who are not from Kochi should know that what we see in Kochi today, there's a big imprint of GCDA of what Kochi is today. So whether it is at the time, the initial stages of the formation of GCDA, from the best of residential locations, what we see still in Kochi is designed by GCDA, the stadium, the Marine Drive. So we cannot have a Kochi without GCDA kept away. So I congratulate GCDA for organizing a conclave like this, because I also genuinely believe that we live in a specialized era. You have a heart problem, you go to a cardiologist. You have a neuro issue, you go to a neurologist. We are not happy by seeing an MBBS doctor anymore. That's the truth. So if that's the case with medical field, so is the case with any other field, be it urban planning, be it urban designing. So the more we discuss, the more we deliberate, the more we listen to those who are specialists. Now, I especially did not mention our IAS Sri Keshav Varma sir's name, because I wanted to mention in my speech. That's why I did not particularly mention in my initial address. See, we like to listen to experts, like what he has seen, what he has in his short but very relevant speech he has covered from the experience he has garnered right from the days of being a municipal commissioner of Ahmedabad city, where they were bankrupt officially, and how he took it professionally to a higher level. And then he spoke about how the China is, and Beijing. See, when he was speaking, we are literally imagining the street of Beijing. I have never been to Beijing, let me be very honest, but I was imagining the streets in Beijing where we cannot find a cigarette on the road. So such experts, if we can pull in, that's the best thing anything like our GCDA can do for better planning. Same way, I also wish to say that although I am an ardent believer of this specialized and planning and thinking and putting best practices, the other side of it is we focus most of our energy on planning, on how we can plan, what is the best practice, how we can do it, because it is our dream, your dream, the mayor's dream, the speaker's dream, the chairman's dream, everyone's dream that we should have good living conditions, we should have clean air, clean water, traffic congestion-free roads, and the best of atmosphere. I mean, cleanliness, all that we dream of. But how much are we focused on the implementation side is something which I think as much as we plan, the implementation also needs to be focused. Now here I am invited as an MP, but my intervention as a people's initiative is as a municipal councillor of Aluva municipality. So that time in 2010, that period when I was a municipal councillor, we could actually loop in, you all are urban planners, so you all know how W.S. Atkins is relevant in urban planning. We could actually loop in W.S. Atkins to do a future proofing for our Aluva municipality. There were a lot of deliberation, discussions, expertise, planning. But after that plan was submitted, whether we are able to implement is a larger challenge. So I am actually hoping that whatever reflection that has taken place in this Bodhi conclave would actually materialize, will be good for all the participants here, wherever you all have come from, and also for Kerala and also for Cochin in particular. So I wish to conclude by saying, respected speaker has deliberated on all the environmental issues and also the major issues that faces our cities as such, and also our Keshav Varma, Sri Keshav Varma has spoken about how we can actually try to address these issues. And also, I was just reading through the article by the presidential address given by the chairman of GCDA, where he has also tried to inculcate everything into how we can do everything. So my only wish is, as MP now I am also member of the Housing and Urban Affairs Standing Committee in Parliament. So I extend my sincere cooperation to the GCDA and to also to the Speaker that whatever from our level, whether anything to be said or done in the Housing and Urban Affairs Standing Committee of Parliament or in the Rajya Sabha or with the concerned ministries, it will be indeed a delight to do that. And I conclude by hoping and wishing that all of you urban planners out here will definitely make our cities a better place to live. Thank you very much.
We request Dr. Renu Raja IAS, District Collector Ernakulam, Madam, to please address the gathering. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker of Kerala Legislative Assembly, Sri A.N. Shamseer. Honorable Mayor of Kochi, Sri Anil Kumar. Honorable Member of Parliament, Srimati J.B. Meter. Respected Sri Keshav Verma, IAS, retired. The Chairman of Alua and Perumbavoor Municipality, other dignitaries on and off the dais, a very warm good evening to one and all. I was indeed supposed to attend the inaugural function of this conclave, but since I couldn't attend it, I thought it is very pertinent to come, even though it is the last minute, and be part of this. Because one thing about Kochi city, which I have been observing for the past couple of months after I've been here, is that we have been doing a lot of things on the implementation front through different agencies, of course involving the Kochi Corporation, the GCDA and multiple other organizations that are scattered out in and around the city along with the district administration. And one thing all of us keep discussing about, which includes the Honorable Mayor, the Honorable Chairman of GCDA, and as a collector myself, is that we need to sit together and think about a lot of things so as to solve issues. And when we started sitting together and thinking about such issues, we realized that though there are big things which we would need to work together for a longer time, there are even very small pertinent things which we can sort out in a matter of a day or in a matter of a week or a couple of months if we can sit together, sort out and think together. So in this context, our national urban conclave, which has happened in many different parts of the country, is very important that Kochi, as a growing city and aspiring city, we are organizing this. So I would like to congratulate GCDA for organizing this conclave, because as the guest speaker today pointed out, we do have a lot of motivating experiences, a lot of inspiring experiences within the country in different states which we can look up to and grow up to that mark. A lot of ideas discussed here. I was discussing with the Honorable Mayor. We have already started thinking and in some cases started working towards it. For example, the credit rating that was mentioned here. I have worked for a couple of years as the Director of Urban Affairs in Government of Kerala. So I have worked closely with many of the Honorable members sitting on the dais, including the Honorable Chairman. So this is one thing, the credit rating of Kochi city, which we had worked for almost a year, and we have achieved a credit rating where we can actually issue bonds for the city corporation with the support of the government. So as a system, as a government, along with its local self-bodies, the government of Kerala is looking forward to and taking steps towards this kind of growth to ensure that the particular situation of Kerala, especially its cities, is that we have a very narrow strip of land, usually in between the sea on the one side and the mountains on the other side, and people concentrated in the tiny middle portion or the midland, what we call it. So we have these challenges of a high density of population. We have the challenge of environmental impact of lot of things happening. We are the ones who face the global warming, sitting in the forefront, suffering from frequent rains and untimely rains, which has affected all our primary, secondary and tertiary sectors. As you all know, the two big floods that happened in 2018 and 19 has changed the perspective of growth in the state altogether, including the perspective of urban growth. So we have started thinking together how we can take forward a sustainable urban growth which ensures that its citizens are getting a sustainable environment to live, a better place to live in, along with better technologies and better facilities. Along with that, we are also ensuring that the infrastructure that we create to ensure this growth is also sustainable in long term, which means that it goes along with environment and the global warming challenge that we are facing day by day. So I really hope that this conclave has brought about ideas and way forward, especially towards an aspiring city like Cochin, to how to lead its way forward towards its growth as well as sustainability. I wish that this would take us as a group towards a better form of living that we can provide to all Cochinites as well as everybody in the state. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. We request Sri M.O. John, respected Chairman of Aluva Municipality, to kindly address the gathering.
Sir, I am not delivering a speech now because one thing is time is too much late, and the actual reason is I am not prepared for this. That is the main reason. I proudly wish to appreciate Mr. Chandran Pilla, who has conducted this 2 days conclave. I proudly appreciate him. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We also request Sri Zakir Hussain, respected Chairman of Perumbavoor Municipality, to address the gathering.
Respected Honorable Speaker and GCDA Chairman of and dear Mayor and Sharmaji, or Collector, and my proud Rajya Sabha MP and other dignitaries, Shachi, Shibad, and on the life of the life. I also talked more times, and we know that time is very. I have a congratulate GCDA Chairman, Mr. Chandrapilla Chetan. I participate 2 days. I am here. Lot of information for future. Not only a Cochin in Kerala, lot of dignitaries, chairmans and secretaries of all municipalities. It's a big conclave. I hardly congratulate the entire team the organizing in the 2 days program. Anyway, all the best and best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We now request our worshipful Mayor of Cochin Corporation, Advocate A. Manil Kumar, sir, to kindly address the gathering.
Honorable Speaker, respected Chairman of the GCDA, Honorable MP, J.B. Mehtar, the Collector, Dr. Renu Raj, Sri M.O. John, the Municipal Chairman, Sri Zakir Hussain, Sri Keshav Verma, and my dear brothers and sisters. I am not taking any much time more. The moment starts now. The moment the clock has started to kickstart a process. And what I believe is that let us have an obsession. From now on, let us have an obsession. All of us, let us have an obsession to leap forward, not for an incremental change, but for a change that is going to turn the whole city upside down. And that is to change the city, as was discussed in the 2 days conference, to move forward, and from the very positive advices that Keshav Verma has been giving us, and many of the speakers have been giving us, that Kochi has its own strength, and with this strength, let us move forward. That is all I want to say, and thank you the GCDA and its chairman, Comrade K. Chandrapilla, to have hosted such a varied number of experts from around the world to sit together and discuss about our city. So thank you and all the best to GCDA and to our city. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We all can see the beautiful logo of the National Urban Conclave Bodhi 2022 on the rear screen and across the venue. This logo was designed by an M-Planning student of National Institute of Technology, Surat, Mr. Ajay Balachandran. I request Mr. Ajay Balachandran to kindly come forward, and I request our Honorable Speaker of Kerala Legislative Assembly, Sri A.N. Shamseer sir, to kindly give a memento to Mr. Ajay Balachandran. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ajay. As part of the National Urban Conclave Bodhi 2022, GCDA in association with Kochi Next had conducted a photographic contest and showcasing the various aspects of Cochin city. And we have chosen 3 winners from this photographic contest. The third prize goes to Mr. Paul Davis. I also request our Honorable Speaker A.N. Shamseer sir to kindly give away the award to the winners also. The third prize goes to Mr. Paul Davis. Paul Davis, please come forward. The second prize goes to Mr. Govind Krishnakumar. Second prize, Mr. Govind Krishnakumar. And the winner is Mr. Temin Thomas. Winner of the photographic contest, Mr. Temin Thomas. Thank you, sir, and congratulations to all the winners. We request Sri Shaji J, Superintending Engineer, Greater Cochin Development Authority, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Respected Speaker of Kerala Legislative Assembly, Sri Shamseer sir, Honorable Chairman, GCDA, and other distinguished guests in dais. I deem it is a great honor and privilege to propose a vote of thanks in the prestige memorable occasion. First and foremost, I thank our special guest of this evening, Sri A.N. Shamseer, Honorable Speaker of Kerala Legislative Assembly, who despite his busy schedule has found time to grace this function. I would also like to express my gratitude to Sri Keshav Verma IAS, Chairman of High Level Committee on Urban Planning, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, effectively summing up the ideas discussed in the conclave. We are grateful for the felicitation offered by Honorable Mayor of Kochi, Advocate M. Anil Kumar, Honorable Member of Parliament, Srimati J.B. Mehta, Honorable Members, Honorable Municipal Chairmen, Sri Zakir Hussain and Sri M.O. John, and our Honorable District Collector, Srimati Renuraj. We also express our sincere gratitude to Sri K. Chandrabula, our beloved Chairman, and all other members of GCDA, the Secretary, STP Madam, and our organizing committee members. Organizing committee members to fulfill grand success in this conclave. I would also like to thank our co-host, AMDA, each and every persons who participate in this function as a success. I would also thanks to print and visual medias, KTDC, for their our sponsors, and KTDC for this beautiful venue. I would also like to thank each and every participants who put their work in this event. I thank every delegates is enthusiastically participated who made this event as a success. Thanking you.
Thank you, sir. We request everyone to kindly rise and stay for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे